back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Do me a big favor, guys. Get yourself down in the description box and check out those links I got down there. You got the Moo link, where Moo is offering you up to $1,000 in NVIDIA stock if you open up a new Moo brokerage account. Of course, you got to make a deposit to qualify for the free stock. But if you're interested in getting yourself a new self-directed brokerage account, check out that Moo link, which is the first link down in the description box. Also, check out the Wealth Builders Financial Community on Patreon link, which is the second link down in the description box. That's where I'm giving out the real game as it relates to building wealth and getting the financial freedom and ultimately passive income. So if you want to be a part of our team, we got a couple thousand people in our community on Patreon. We have live streams every Monday night. Well, mostly every Monday night when my internet is working. But we have a good time. We have a robust community chat every single day where we're discussing topics like we're going to discuss today and ways to insulate ourselves from what's happening in America right now. So if you want to be a part of a team, and check us out, second link down in the description box, Wealth Builders Financial Community on Patreon. We'd love for you to come join us. And also check out the website, Richard Fain Millionaire Mentor website. That's the third link down in the description box. Got some digital products on the website that, man, in my opinion, could assist you in building yourself some wealth and getting to your financial freedom. We got to get better money managers, man. We got to be better at managing that money in order to get us where we need to get to. One quick disclaimer, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't play one on YouTube. This is not financial advice. This is just my personal opinion on what I believe is happening right now in our country. You may differ, and that's okay. You may differ with the way you want to build wealth than the way I build wealth. That's okay too. No problem. I got no problem with that. I'm just here to give you my opinion on my YouTube channel. Go out and do your own research, and then you can come up with your own conclusion, what you think. You may think everything's great, and that's okay too. I happen to think everything is not great, and things are getting very bad. And the reason I think things are getting very bad is because we got two distinct group of people in this country. Two groups of people, guys. That's it. We got two groups of people. You got the people out here that have assets, and those assets continue to grow even in the midst of all this chaos we got going on. Their assets are continuing to grow, and they're continuing to buy more assets. That's one group of people. You got another group of people out here that don't buy assets. So therefore, what's happening to their quality of financial life? It's deteriorating rapidly. So those are the two groups of people you got. And I often like to categorize those two groups of people into a boom economy and a bust economy. So you got two groups of people, basically the haves and the have-nots. And then you got this great economy up here, and then you got this really, really bad economy down here. Those are your two groups of people in America. And it's getting worse for this group down here. This group down here who don't have assets. They got credit card debt. They got car loan debt. They got personal loan debt. They got no money in savings. They got no money in retirement. They're living paycheck to paycheck. That particular group of people, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Now, this group up here, you might be saying to yourself, well, golly, man, how did this group up here, why are they doing so well? You got to understand in America, guys, it's a capitalistic society we live in here. It's about money. And the people that got the money or the assets typically are the people that do well. No matter what government is in office, no matter if it's a Democrat in office or a Republican in office, if they got money, They do well because it doesn't matter if it's a Republican or a Democrat in office. The way our country is set up is the people who have assets, they do well in any type of government system we have set up. No matter who's in the White House, they're going to do well because they got money. Because see, inherently, everything is geared towards those people that got money and assets in our country. Think about it. Think about the last administration we had, which was the Biden administration. Who benefited from that administration? When you really look at it, who benefited from the Biden administration? The 1%. They got richer. Think about the Obama administration. Who benefited? Who benefited the most? The 1%. Let's go back to Bush. Who benefited? The 1%. Everything was geared towards the 1%. Let's go back to Clinton. When you really peel back the onion, who benefited? The 1%. Now, let's fast forward that thing. Let's start with 2016, Trump's first presidency. Who benefited? Who really benefited? 1%. Now let's take a look at the current administration, which is the Trump administration, 2.0. Who's benefiting? The 1%. The thing is, Trump has turned that thing up so that the 1% really benefit. That's who benefits, guys, in any, I don't care if it's a Democratic government or Republican government, the 1% will always benefit because why? The 1% do what? They take their financial resources and they get behind whichever government is in power, Democrat or Republic, they get behind it. And they make sure their agenda is top of the agenda list. You ever heard of a term called lobbyists? Go to Washington, D.C. The people you see moving and shaking in Washington, D.C. are the lobbyists. And guess who those lobbyists work for? They work for big, powerful corporations and big, powerful billionaires, big, powerful countries, all in Washington doing what? That elected representative you put in office, guess what they're doing? They're taking them out to dinner. They're giving them little freebies. They're giving them, a suite at the Washington Commanders football game. They're giving them a suite at the Washington Wizards basketball game. They're giving them a suite at the Washington Nationals baseball game. They're giving them a first-class, all-expense-paid trip to go somewhere to be a speaker. They're just giving them all these freebies, and they're giving them a lot more than that, guys, that you and I don't know about. So these lobbyists work for these big corporations, these billionaires, these countries, and they come to Washington, D.C. to make sure they can curry favor with your elected officials. And guess who's at the bottom of the totem pole in that whole scheme? The American people. We're at the bottom. The crazier part about it is we're at the bottom, but we fund the whole thing through our tax dollars. Yeah, that little thing when you go to work and you say you make, $100,000 a year, but at the end of the year, you only get about 60 of it. That 40,000, guess where that goes? To your U.S. government. See, that goes to programs like SNAP, Social Security, and all these other social service programs that are put in place to help the people that live in America. The problem is the people you got in power right now don't really care anything about the American people. They care about the 1%. And I'm here to tell you guys, things are going to get worse before they get better. So you better figure out a way to get yourself in a safety position. You better figure out a way to get yourself in a position where you can protect you and your family's financial future. And the only way you're going to do that, guys, in my opinion now, this is just my personal opinion. This is not financial advice. This is just personal opinion. You better get yourself a financial safety net. Let me go through some numbers with you because y'all think I'm picking sides, but I'm not. I'm not picking sides because I know I don't care if it was a Democrat in office or a Republican in office. They're going to bow down to the 1%. And the 1% control this country, guys. I don't care who y'all see in the White House. The 1% control this country, in my opinion. See, I ain't got a dog in the fight because I already know the 1% control this country. And they control no matter who's in the White House. It doesn't matter. Oh my God, it's only that way because of this guy's in there. No, it's not. Every guy that's been in there had to bow the knee to the 1%. That includes Clinton. That includes Bush. That includes Obama. That includes Clinton. And it definitely includes Trump. All of them bent the knee to the 1%. So we can sit up here and try to pick sides and try to blame somebody and get run over by an 18-wheeler truck. Because that's what's going to happen when we sit up here and play the blame game. Oh, it's that guy's fault. It's that person's fault. No. It's the 1%, guys, that run this country. Capitalism. You guys keep missing that part. It's capitalism. Capitalism doesn't care who's in the White House. Capitalism doesn't care. What capitalism will do is whoever's in the White House, capitalism finds a way to get them to bend the knee. I don't care which president it is. It doesn't matter. See, that's where they got y'all fooled. So guess what y'all spend most of y'all time doing in the 99%, me included. I'm a 99%er. What do we spend most of our time doing? Picking battles. Trying to defend people in certain office. Oh, this person, that person, I'm going to defend them till I'm going to defend them to the end. When them people don't care anything about you, tell me in the comments, tell me when the last time has a sitting U.S. senator or sitting representative, House of Representative person been to your house? Please tell me. Drop it down in the comment box. Anybody in America, please tell me. When has a sitting U.S. senator been in your home? Tell me one time a sitting U.S. president has been in your home. Knocked on your door, rang your doorbell, and sat down and had a cup of coffee with you. Please tell me. Somebody help me out here because maybe I'm wrong. But I'm going to tell you, not one time, I'm 57 years old, has one senator, one person in the House of Representatives, any president been in my home. Matter of fact, called me. Never. I'm 57 years old, but yet and still, I want to sit here and fight battles for these people who care nothing about me. Y'all already know the shenanigans that are going on right now. You can deny it. You can sit up there and act like it ain't happening, but it's happening right in plain daylight, right in your face. But yet and still, we'll put them before we'll put them ahead of our family. Come on, guys, this is ridiculous. It's gonna get worse though. You haven't seen anything yet. And guys, this is not gloom and doom. I'm just giving you my opinion. My opinion is it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. Because y'all got a regime right now, and again, I'm not picking on the regime, I'm just giving you my opinion. You guys got a regime right now in power that they different. These folks that are running our country right now, that y'all elected, y'all elected them, they different. They different than past administrations, bro. They different. Anytime you see people doing what's happening right now in broad daylight, I'm talking about in broad daylight, what's happening from immigration to all the other stuff going on. Guys, who do y'all think that's hurting? The American people. It's not hurting the 1%. It's hurting the 99%. All of this stuff that's happening right now is hurting the 9%. Oh, that's not true. Okay, go look at the stock market. If you think I'm lying. Stock market closed at S&P 500, which is the broader stock market, closed over 6,700 points on Friday. Go look at where it started at the beginning of the year, if you think I'm lying. Go look at the S&P 500 at the beginning of the year. 2025, January 2nd, 2025. Matter of fact, I'll help you out. Let me go ahead and pull it up for you. I don't want y'all to go through too much, so let me pull it up for you. What was the S&P 500 on January 2nd, 2025? Let me pull it up for you. I just want y'all to figure out who really hurting right now and who ain't hurting. Because all y'all think, it's everybody. No, it's not. It's not everybody. Here we go. On January 2nd, 2025, the S&P 500 closed at 5,868 points. That's what it closed at, guys, on January 2nd, 2025. Let's go look at what it's doing right now today, what it closed at on Friday. Let's go see what it closed at on Friday. November, 14th? Let's take a look at it. Because I want y'all to understand who's really hurting in this country, guys. Because some of us don't believe it. Some of us got it twisted. Some of us got it twisted. But let me show you. Now, January 2nd, the S&P 500 index closed at around 5,800 points. On November 14th, 2025, it closed at 6,734, almost up 1,000 points. Tell me who's hurting in this country. It ain't the 1% that's hurting, guys. It's the 99%. And see, here's the thing that's really, really interesting to me, how they've played this thing. They got y'all out here fighting online about Democrats and Republicans. That's what they got y'all out here fighting. That's what y'all want to fight about. Yet and still, these people are experiencing one of the greatest booms in American stock market history. But we right here barely can feed ourselves. And then you have the current administration doing the shutdown. Again, see, this is how they distract y'all. See, the government shuts down. You do understand it's both the Democrats and the Republicans' fault that the government shut down. But what they'll do is they'll try to pit you guys against each other to distract you while they're continuing to build wealth. See, the government shutdown, guys, was just not a Democrat problem or a Republican problem. It was both of their problems. They both shut the government down. And they shut it down for over 40 days. But guess what happened to the stock market? It kept going up. How in the world do you shut the government down for 40 days, but your U.S. stock market continues to escalate? Y'all don't think that's an inside job? Y'all don't think that was a manufactured shutdown? Y'all don't think the 1%'s behind that? Guys, you better wake up. You better wake up. These people care nothing about you. You better start caring about you, though. You better start caring about you, or you're going to get run over by an 18-wheeler financial truck. Here's what I'm talking about. Here you go. In America, many reports indicate significant challenges across various sectors, including the economy, quality of life, health, issues like high national debt, persistent inflation, and a feeling of economic insecurity are widespread, while concerns also exist about declining quality of life metrics, rising obesity rates, and environmental issues. Conversely, some analysis suggests that despite public pessimism, some objective indicators like life expectancy have improved. And economic growth continues through although it's not evenly distributed. See what we're seeing here? And guess where only that persists at, guys? Down there in that bottom quartile, in that 99%. In that bust economy. That's the only place any of that stuff exists. Up here in that 1% quartile, who control 99% of the wealth, it's less. They're experiencing a boom economy. I just gave you the numbers on the S&P 500 index. They're up 1,000 points, guys. 1,000 points. They're up from 5,800 at the beginning of the year to already 6,700. And they've gotten as high as 6,900. So who doing bad in this country? Who doing bad? It ain't the 1%. So who's the other choice? I gave y'all the two groups of people in this country. You got the haves and the have-nots. You got the 1% and the 99%. You got the boom economy and the bust economy. And here's a little secret. You had both of those same things in Bush, Biden, Obama, Clinton. You had the same thing happening. The difference is, in those administrations, they hid it better. They hid it behind closed doors. They didn't just intentionally just take the blinders off. In this current administration, they don't care anything about no blinders. They're gonna sock it to you in broad daylight. They just removed the blinders. They're doing it in broad daylight. But all the administrations have done it. But these guys right now, that it's in office right now, they done put that thing on a whole nother level. They took that thing on a whole nother level, guys. I've been alive for 57 years. I've seen a lot of presidents. A lot of presidents in my 57 years. And I gotta say, I've not seen anything like we're experiencing right now with this presidency. And again, I'm not picking sides here, guys. I'm just telling you my perception, my opinion. The thing is the blinders have been taken off. And it's sort of a little bit of cruel and unusual punishment. But it reminds me of, I'm a big ancient civilization buff. I'm a big ancient civilization buff. So when I like going back looking at ancient Rome, ancient Egypt, ancient Greece. I like going to look at these ancient civilizations and reading about them and watching documentaries and there's a lot of similarities to what I saw back then in those ancient civilizations that I see happening right now. We've always had a ruling class, right? Go back 10,000 years, guys. You can go back 10,000 years. I don't care what civilization you go to, as far back as you want to go. They've always had a ruling class, guys. So why wouldn't you think we would have it here in America? We would. What you haven't seen, though, the ruling class be so obvious with what they're doing. That's the difference now. The ruling class right now is just blatantly obvious what they're doing. But they still got about 40 to 50% of y'all still got the blinders on like it ain't happening. I can't feed myself, but it's great. I can't send my kid to college, but it's great. It's coming. Next year will be the year for the common folk to do well. That's what I hear when I'm turning on the TV, when I'm watching these news networks. I'm seeing these people come on and say, no. Next year is the common people's year. But when next year comes, guess what? They kick the can down the road. They'll say, no. 27 is the common people's year. And they just keep kicking the can down the road and you never get your year. The only way you're going to get your year is if you make your year. Nobody else is going to make it for you, guys. And again, I don't care if it's Democrat or Republicans in the White House. It really doesn't matter. They're going to all bend the knee to the 1%. The 1% runs this country because we are a capitalist society, guys. See, in this society, it's the early bird get the worm. It's a dog-eat-dog world. That's how it is in the United States, and that's how it is in probably most of the world. But we lead it. We're the leader. The difference is right now, like I told you earlier, these folks are just continuing to turn this thing up. They're turning the volume up. They keep turning it up. And know why they keep turning it up? Because y'all allow them to. That's right. We allow them to continue to turn the volume up on us, guys. We allow them to. We've normalized this craziness that we see right now happening in our country. We've normalized it. We've normalized it. It's normal for somebody to be riding down the street, get barricaded, ripped out of their car, and just beat the silly crap beat out of them and hauled away. That's normal. That's normal now in America. Nobody even stops. They just keep going. They don't even stop and film it no more. They just keep going because it's normal. It's normal for the leader of the free world on national TV to throw out the MF word. That's normal. And again, guys, I'm not picking on anybody. I'm just telling you, I've just not seen this before. I've never seen a sitting president get on national TV and say the MF word. And I'm 57 years old and I've been through a lot of presidents. I've never seen that. But we normalize it. We normalize it. We normalize it. I've never seen so many people online who just spew hate every single day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and they have millions and millions and millions of followers. And y'all don't think something wrong? Y'all don't think something wrong with that? I've never seen that before in my 57 years. But here's the thing, guys. Even though we got a lot of unusual things going on in this country, I still believe in the American people. I still believe in our democracy. I still believe this is the greatest country on earth. And there's a part of me that hopes at some point, as Americans, we stand up. Because if we don't, I fear for my children, for my grandchildren, for their children. It's scary. But if you don't have some type of financial safety net behind you guys, this thing is going to get way worse. It's going to get way worse. Just look what happened during the 40 days of the shutdown. These people actually wanted to cut off SNAP benefits for the most vulnerable people in our country. And this is both parties, guys, because see, both parties are equally at fault to me. There is no one party that's at fault. Both of them are at fault. We elected you people to get in a room and act like adults and put us first. They haven't done that, guys. And I tell you guys, and I'll tell you again, don't complain, vote. Don't complain, vote. The next opportunity you have to vote, you need to vote. And before you vote, just think about how your life has been over these last however many years or however many months. That's what you should think about. Am I better off today as I walk into this voting booth than I was 10 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago? Am I better off or am I worse off? That's what you need to be asking yourself before you get in that voting booth or send in your ballot. If I were to walk into a voting booth today, I would say I'm worse off than I was a year ago. I'm worse off. And I'm a guy that's been doing this for 30 years, guys. Figuring out ways to build wealth and create passive income. I've been doing this for 30 years. And I've never, ever, ever seen anything like this we're experiencing right now. And the sad part for me about this whole thing, guys, is that we are standing here watching it happen in real time, and we normalizing it and ain't doing nothing about it. Now, I know some of y'all will say, no, Richard, that's not correct. There are people doing something about it. You're right. You're right. The problem is we all should be doing something about it. Not a handful of us. All of us. All of us should be horrified by what we see happening right now in this country. All of us should be. Not just 5 or 6 of us, or 10% of us are fighting this battle. No, 100% of us should be fighting this battle. And not violently, but intellectually. See, that's the problem. See, this is how the 1% control us, guys. They know how to push our buttons, right? Instead of us being intellectually smart and fighting this battle on an intellectual front, we want to get on here and be nasty and fight and threaten people and send threats and all this old stuff. That's the lowest level of humanity, guys. I mean, cavemen 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 years ago did that. We're a more advanced people. Why the first thing we want to do is get violent with somebody? I mean, that's the first thing we want to do. That's our first instinct, is to try to get violent with somebody. Stop that. We got to get intellectual if we want to win this battle. If we want to transfer some of this wealth from the 1% to the 99% and improve our financial lives and overall improve our country, we got to get intellectually smarter. We got to stop allowing our emotions to run our whole life. That's what I see happening every day. We are so emotional all the time. We are never logical. And the 1% use that against us, see, because they're not emotional. They're logical. They have a logical game plan that they're orchestrating right now. And it's logical, guys. It's not emotional. Everything that's happening right now by the 1% is all logical. They're playing 5D chess. We're down here playing checkers. And we ain't very good at that game. We playing checkers. They 5D chess. We got to get better at 5D chess. We got to start playing 5D chess. If we're ever going to get our country back, if we're ever going to get some equality. And again, guys, we got the greatest country in the world. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else other than America. But we got some problems right now. And the way we handle these problems will determine the future of this country. It will determine the future of this country. Start being more logical with your everyday life. Stop allowing these people to keep you in an emotional state 24/7. Because that's where they want you at. They want you emotional, because if they got you emotional, if they got you always emotional, they easily can manipulate you and move you around. That's the key, guys. Just think about it. Go look at The Art of War. Just go look at any historical mind warfare. Just go look at it. Go do some research on that. The way people win those types of, with the mind, I'm not talking about physical stuff. I'm talking about the mind, mental. They keep you in an emotional state all the time. And how do they do that? The very stuff that they're doing right now, right in plain daylight. That's how they keep you emotional. They also want you to get to a point where when you see this horrible behavior, you think it's normal. I'm riding down the street, like I said earlier. I'm at a stoplight. I see some people come and just take people out of their car. Broad daylight, right here in America. Just boop, take them out. Throw them in a van. Take off. Nobody does nothing. They want you to know and think that's normal. But see, if you got your logical side of your brain turned on, you'll know that's not normal. That is not normal for the greatest country in the world, for the #1 economy in the world, the #1 financial markets in the world, the #1 in innovation in the world, The #1 in artificial intelligence in the world. See, that's not normal for the leading superpower. That's not normal, guys, but they've normalized it though. And all this other stuff, it's all normalized now. So people are like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Let me get a good laugh. But yet and still, you can't feed your family. Yet and still, you got no retirement savings. Yet and still, you got credit card debt up to your eyeballs. Well, that's not true. Yeah, it is. Go look at the statistics, guys. This ain't something that I'm creating. Go do your own research. Go look at the credit card debt in this country. Highest it's ever been. Student loan debt, highest it's ever been. Auto loan debt, highest it's ever been. Personal loan debt, highest it's ever been. Yeah, go look at those. Go look at it. You think I'm lying? Here we go. Here we go. National debt. The national debt has grown significantly, with one report estimating over 37.8 trillion. Hold on. We got $38 trillion in debt in this country. 38 trillion. But yet and still, we can send $40 billion to some other little country. We can't afford to pay SNAP payments when the government shut down, but we can send $40 billion to some other country. But that's normalized now. Nobody calls it out. It's normal. Well, that's okay. I can't eat, but that's okay. I can't afford to go to the grocery store and get the things that I need to get for Thanksgiving, but that's okay. Oh, yeah, I can. I can go to Walmart. I ain't got nothing against Walmart, but I can go to Walmart and get all the generic discounted products. Maybe I can make it work with that. But yet and still, I guarantee you the 1% are going to be eating the finest turkey, the finest dressing, the finest carrots, the finest everything. I guarantee you their Thanksgiving dinner ain't going to be from Walmart. And I'm not knocking Walmart. That's a great company. And anybody that shops at Walmart, that's fine. I shop there too. I shop at Walmart. I'm a Walmart shopper as well. But I guarantee you the 1% ain't going to be going to Walmart to get no groceries for Thanksgiving. Why do I have to? Unless I want to. I shouldn't be forced to. I should just want to go to Walmart to get my stuff because I love the company. I love their products. I shouldn't be forced to, though. Oh, no. I'm not going to get the name brand cranberry sauce. I'm going to have to go to Walmart and get their brand. I'm forced to, though. Not because I want to, I'm forced to. And we act like that's a great thing. That's not a great thing anytime you're forced to do something you don't want to do against your will, guys. That's not a great thing. But we've normalized it. All for what? I don't even know. Oh, yeah, I do know, but I'm not going to go into that on this video. I know why a lot of this stuff is happening. I know, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to keep that one to myself. See, some things, guys, you just keep to yourself. You don't share everything. I know exactly why what's happening is happening, but I'm going to keep that one to myself. You know why it's happening too. You better do something, guys. This thing is going to get worse. I don't know what safety measures you have in place for your finances, but you better go take a look at them. I know my portfolio is way down. Big time. Big time. But see, I've been through these before. Not this bad. Not this kind of... I ain't been through this type. But I've been through some battles over the last 30 years with the economy, with the stock market going down. I done been through a lot of that. So I understand see, here's a saving grace for a guy like me. Because I think logically most of the time. I don't let my emotions take over me. See, I'm a logical thinking guy, right? See, I already know the 1%, all they care about is growing their wealth. So anybody that gets in their way, I don't care if it's a sitting president, it's a senator, it's a Democrat, Republican, they don't care. They will get rid of them. See, the 1%, if it starts hurting them, their pocketbook, then they'll step in. Just like when the shutdown was starting to prolong, and y'all started seeing the stock market started to dip a little bit. Guess who stepped in? 1% stepped in. No, y'all better get this government open. And guess what happened? 8 Democrats capitulated. A week earlier, 5 of those Democrats said they'd never capitulate. But guess what they did? They capitulated. Guess what? 1% went to them and offered them something they couldn't turn down. And they went ahead and voted with the Republicans to open the government again. That's what happened, guys. Now, y'all may not want to believe that. That's my opinion. But I'm going to tell you what happened. The 1% went to Schumer and whoever and said, listen, we're done with this. 40 plus days is enough. Open this thing back up. And we need at least 8 of y'all to do it. I don't care which 8 you pick. Find them. And guess what they did? Old Schumer, he found 8 Democrats to flip. And they opened the government. That's the 1% stepping in, guys. So that's the only saving grace for a guy like me when I think about my future 9 years from now. Is I know the 1% will step in. Why will they step in? Because $58 trillion of their wealth is in the stock market. $58 trillion. The most of any asset class in the world is in the U.S. stock market. 58 trillion. Some people ain't finna let nothing happen to that 58 trillion. They will burn the whole world down before they let that happen. They'll burn the whole world down. So I'm gonna go stick my money in there and just ride this thing out. I'm not gonna panic. I'm not gonna get emotional and panic and sell everything. See, what they want you to do is sell when you should be buying, and they want you to buy when you should be selling. See, right now they want you to sell at all time, not at all-time lows, but at lows. Again, it's still 6,700 points. That's not low. Think about it. It was 58 at the beginning of the year. So for all this, the stock market is crazy. And I know I participate in that too with my titles sometimes just to get a little perky, just to get a little attention. That's part of YouTube. That's what we do sometimes. We got to get a little, get a little creative. But we ain't in no crash. This thing started out at 5,800 points this year. It closed on January 2nd, 2025, over 5,800 points. It's 67 right now. How can that be a crash? It ain't a crash. The 1% are manipulating and manufacturing all of this because they want you to sell. They don't want you building any wealth. They want you dependent on them. Please don't let them win. Get your financial game plan together. Execute. Turn the logical part of your brain on and turn off that emotional stuff. Stop allowing these people to normalize bad activity, bad behavior. Don't let them normalize it. Go do your research. Go do your homework. Do not go to a podcast or a YouTuber or the nightly news, and that's the only place you get your information from. You are being manipulated. Go out and do your own research, independent of your favorite podcaster. Your favorite podcaster gets paid by somebody. Trust me. They're getting paid by somebody to say what they're saying. Remember what we talked about. This is capitalism, guys. And your favorite YouTuber or your favorite podcaster or your favorite network news is not exempt from capitalism. They're not exempt. Do your research. Start doing some critical thinking. Stop being manipulated by the 1%. They're manipulating you to fight battles for them, and you can't even afford to feed your family. You can't even afford to get out of credit card debt. You can't even afford to pay off your student loans. You can't even afford to buy a house. But yet and still, we around here fighting battles for the 1%. Sad. It's going to get worse unless you take care of your financial future, guys. Appreciate y'all for stopping by, man. I'm going to get on out of here. I had my little time. Again, love America, greatest country in the world. I believe in Americans. I believe in America. I believe inherently most people are good people. But I also know that people can be manipulated. And that's what I see happening right now. Take the blinders off. Turn on the logical side of your brain. Start critical thinking again. Build you some wealth. Take care of your income. And don't be a panicking. Don't be a panicking. Like I said, guys, get down to the description box and check out them links. Yeah, I got a little bit of capitalism in me too. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, but it's good capitalism. It's good capitalism. I got some capitalism in me. It's good capitalism. That's what America's taught me. America's taught me capitalism. Work hard, take the money that you earn and put it in assets, grow your wealth. That's capitalism. I'm okay with that. So check it out, them links down in the description box. Moo link, Wealth Builders Financial Community link, website link. Check them out. Maybe they can help. Maybe they won't. I'll catch up with y'all on Monday, man. I'm out of here. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video, smash the like button. Thoughts become things. Consider in your mind, hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy, get wealthy. Catch you on the next video.